up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. Happy Monday. This is your Monday motivational video, but it doesn't have to stick to Monday. You can use this motivational video whenever you want, as always. But hope you guys had a great first official weekend to 2024. I hope you guys are beginning to set the tone for your year. I hope you guys have set realistic expectations for your goals and what you want to do. I want to encourage you to just take your time doing that. And what I mean by realistic goals, that's not to say that you cannot accomplish what you put your mind to. But if you want to say, hey, by the end of the week, I want to be a millionaire, what are the chances of that happening? For me, very slim. So that's not realistic for me. But you guys know what I mean. So hope you guys are definitely beginning to figure out what it is that you want to do this year, what goals you want to accomplish, what you want to do more of this year, without putting so much pressure on yourself. Because I know that I used to be the type of person, I used to set a lot of New Year's resolutions that part of me felt like I wasn't going to accomplish, but I wanted to try, and trying, yes, is a goal. But you want to be able to say that you want to do something and actually know and have what you need in order to accomplish that. I think that that's super important. Being consistent is also important. Having discipline, because as always, discipline will get you a lot further than motivation can. You can be motivated to do something at the beginning of this year, like joining a gym. But if you don't have discipline and your motivation fades out at the end of January, you may not go back to the gym. But if you're disciplined, and if you don't have that motivation, your discipline will keep you going. So I just want to make sure that I always tell you guys how important that truly is, because there was times where I was going to the gym, I didn't have motivation. I wouldn't go for weeks, and then I'd go back and I'd feel like I couldn't accomplish my goals, because every time I went back, I had such a big gap between those times that I felt like I was starting all over again. And it's always tough when you first start going to the gym, when you have a new workout, when you have a new diet plan. In the beginning, it is always so hard because you are beginning to get used to something or make a habit out of something that you are not used to. Kind of like fasting, which is another thing. I just started my 5-week juice fast this week, today. And the first couple of days is not very easy, because you want to eat what you want. You get those urges. And for me, this week it's extra tough because I'm on my cycle. And so between having symptoms of being on my cycle, on top of fasting and trying to maintain my goal with being consistent at the gym, it's hard. But my discipline is what's keeping me going. Because if I wasn't disciplined, I wouldn't be going to the gym. For daggone sure, I won't be fasting. And I'd just be curled up at home, probably not even making videos. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to stay consistent with that. But it's hard. It's hard. So, you want to be able to make sure that you are being consistent, being disciplined, and making sure that you have a plan in place. And that's why I tell you guys, sometimes it's good to just give yourself a little eval at the end of every month. Don't wait till the end of the year to evaluate your whole year. Take notes, journal, write some stuff down, goals that you want to accomplish, even if it's the same thing every month, like do a little more of this or do a little more of that, or put my time from here to there. It's always good to have something in front of you to hold you accountable, especially if it's a struggle at first. But that's where I'm at as far as, being able to, maintain the things that I've already been doing since last year: working out, good diet, staying positive, making sure that I am not stressing over things that I know I can't control, or stressing over things too longer than I should, which sometimes, it used to be a very big weakness of mine. Now I don't bother with it. I've gotten to the point now where I don't even bother with people. Like, you know, I will okay you to death if it means that I am protecting my peace, because, at this point, where I am with my peace of mind, where I am with my mental health, it took some work for from where I was to where I am now. And I'm not going to let anything or anyone tamper with that, because it took a lot out of me to get to where I am mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So 2 + 2 is 5. Okay, sure. Whatever you say. I'm not, I'm not arguing with anybody. I'm not, stressing over things. You know, you have to have a positive mindset. You have to be able, and that's why it's so important to heal from things. It is so important to make sure that you set the tone for your day daily, because things will happen. Will you stress? Yes. Will life happen? Yes. Will all days be good days? No. But if you have a positive mindset, if you have a clear mindset, you have a better chance of dealing with things better than if you have a cloudy judgment, if you have too many things on your mind, too many things on your plate, if you're stressing over things that you can't control, on top of things that you can. It's a lot. It's a lot to carry. It's a lot of baggage. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like feeling cluttered mentally and emotionally. I don't like that. So, you know, so this time around, that's just a little encouragement for you guys, a little inspo. And as far as my fast goes, so you guys know that the last fast that I did was a 10-week juice fast. Now, disclaimer, I'm no doctor, and I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do. I'm only telling you guys what has worked for me. Go and do your own research. Don't take my word for it. I'm take my word for it as far as me telling you what has worked for me is my word, because I experienced it. I did things, I've experienced the changes, I have seen the results from it, and so I know that what I've done works. So always do your research, but just understand how important it is to know that natural health is a real thing, and it does work. How it works for everyone may be different depending on where your health is, depending on where your mindset is, depending on, what you're willing to do and not do, but it does work. That is a fact. Okay. Um, Aside from that, so my 10-week juice fast was just that, a juice fast. What I did add to my juice fast was protein shakes with dairy-free milk. And the reason I did that is because I started the fast at the beginning of last year, and I also started personal training at the gym. Not me being a personal trainer, but I had a personal trainer. And so I was making such progress that I didn't want to I didn't want to lose all the hard work that I've been building as far as my muscle goes. And I felt good about it. And I was seeing results, and I said, you know what? I do need to add protein to my fast. I can't just not have any protein. And even my doctor was telling me, just make sure that you're intaking protein. You just definitely don't want to go without it. So, and everything I have, the protein powder that I use is dairy free. There's no whey, there's no soy in it, there's no dairy. It's nothing. It's clean, it's grass fed, it's organic, it's, everything. So I was doing that. But lots of juicing. I was anemic, hence the word was anemic. After this 10-week juice fast, aside from me having Hashimoto's, which is hypothyroidism, my thyroid doesn't make enough hormones, so I have to make sure that I stay on top of supplementing what my body's not making. And if you don't take care of that, if you suffer from Hashimoto's or any thyroid issues, you definitely want to make sure that you stay on top of that, because people don't understand how important your thyroid is. Your thyroid, I think, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the top 3 most important things in your body. It has a lot to do with your hormones. If it's not treated properly, it could start affecting your organs. It could start shutting down your body. For me, I never let it get that far. But some of the side effects that I have had is fatigue. My body temperature is different sometimes. It has affected my periods. Like at times, I do have very heavy periods, which is why I was anemic. So I have an iron deficiency. And what happens with me is that my period is so heavy that can't my body doesn't have enough, it's not producing as fast with the iron. So by the time my next period hits, I'm losing all the iron all over again. So it hasn't replenished the way that it should, which is why I was anemic. So but that's another issue. Vitamin D deficiency is another big thing that a lot of people with thyroid issues have. People are walking around with vitamin D deficiencies all over the place and don't know it. But I didn't know that it was a big indicator as to why you can also have. I used to suffer from night sweats all the time. My hair sheds all the time. Something else. I lost before I got a handle on it, I lost weight rapidly, like so fast. You can tell something was wrong. But I mean, everybody deals with these things differently. Those are the things that I suffered from. So once I got into natural and holistic health, I made sure that I was doing the right things for me, supplementing the things that I needed to supplement in order for me to get to where I am now. And it's a constant maintenance. You don't just say, oh, okay, my labs are normal, I'm fine, I don't need to do anything else. No, you kind of need to keep doing what you're doing in order to maintain your results. Kind of like when you're going to the gym. You don't go to the gym and, work your butt off for a year or so, look like an action figure or a bodybuilder, and then say, okay, you know what? I've accomplished what I want to accomplish. I don't have to go to the gym anymore. No, because if that's your goal to look like that, you have to keep going to the gym to maintain what you have. Same thing with your health. You have to maintain what you have, whether it's continuously taking supplements. Maybe if your thing is intermittent fasting, that's your thing. If juicing every once in a while is your thing, that's your thing. If, for me, making sure that I'm dairy free is one of my main indicators. I'm not lactose intolerant, but my body cannot tolerate dairy because it causes inflammation in my body. If I have dairy, especially bad dairy, I start to feel it. I get, body aches. I feel it in my back. I feel tension. I feel tight. I break out. So it's all these things happen. So I kind of know my body now enough to know, okay, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be having this or maybe I shouldn't be having that. So I'm dairy free. Why go through the trouble of dealing with those things if you know what you have to do? So, but I did this 10-week juice fast and I had lab work done at the end of it because it was already time for me to get blood work done. And when I tell you the results came back, my thyroid levels were all normal. I was no longer anemic because I not only was cleansing my body, but I was juicing things that were iron rich, and I take iron supplements. So by the time that lab work came back, my doctor was like, and you're no longer anemic. And my periods got less. It's like they were a lot less heavier than normal. And so once again, it's the beginning of the year. I decided to go through another few weeks of a juice fast. One of the things that I think helped me a lot is juicing beets. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. Beets taste like dirt, okay? They are pretty looking when it's juiced, but it tastes like dirt when it's juiced. If it's cooked and seasoned properly, I've had them that way. They're really, really tasty and really good. But juicing beets, it's not the best thing. My juicing, for me to juice that, I have to add a carrot to it because carrots are sweet, and I also add an orange. Today, I didn't have an orange, but I juiced it with pineapple, and it curbs the dirt flavor a little bit. But when I tell you, beets are so rich in iron, if you have iron issues, juicing beets will definitely help. Aside from that, you can look up a lot of other things that have iron in them. It doesn't have to be in a juice. But that's one of my main things, especially during this week where I'm on my cycle. Obviously my body is losing iron because I'm on my cycle. So I'm making sure that this week I am, juicing beets. After this week, I may or may not juice them. It depends. But I do try to make sure that I am juicing things that have iron in them. And when I'm eating, I make sure that I'm eating stuff that have iron in them on top of maintaining my iron supplements. But other than that, I have pineapple juice. I'm juicing carrots. I have my lemon ginger blast, which has a lot of greens in it. If you guys don't know, actually Tyrone introduced me to it, and it's one of the healthiest drinks out there. He has a video on it. You can go check that out on his page. He tells you what ingredients are in it, but it's dandelion, it's parsley, celery, all these things, and you can look up what the benefits are for each ingredient, which is really, really good. Between that, drinking lots of water. If I feel like I need coffee, I'm gonna have my coffee because that's also a meal. What? I can't even talk today, y'all. It does curb your appetite. Um, um, and if I really feel like I can't, deal, having bone broth is also really, 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 really good for you. So I have about 8 ounces of that as my dinner time drink. But other than that, you guys, that's what I'm going to be doing. But I'm not only fasting physically. I took it upon myself to want to fast probably for the first week or so of the 5 weeks, fasting from social media. It's kind of tough because I'm a YouTuber, so I have to be on YouTube. I have to look to see what's out there. I have to bring content, but I'm talking like, a lot of the times we sit at home and if we have nothing to do, we're scrolling on social media. Or if we don't feel like doing anything, you're scrolling on social media. Or if you're in the middle of, I don't know, taking a ride somewhere, you're on social media. We tend to feel like we have nothing to do when we have downtime and we resort to scrolling on social media. Knowing daggone well that there are things to do around the house, you can do some spring cleaning early. You can pick up a book that you've been meaning to read. You can journal. You can meditate. You can, heal. All these things are very healing emotionally and mentally and spiritually. And so I want to take time to really focus on myself in all aspects of me. I feel like it will set the tone for my year. Um, I usually buy a planner at the end of the year so I can have my planner in front of me when the new year starts. I purposely did not buy a planner because I want to first set the tone for myself and then plan my year. You know what I mean? And I mean, not that I have anything planned for the year other than what I would like to do for the year. I would like to go on a vacation or two. I would like to have more beach days. I would like, to make more money and do more things and things like that. But I feel like it's important to really make sure that I ground myself, that I detox my mind. There's a lot of things that happened last year. I was stressed out a lot last year with my channel and with a bunch of other things. And I'm like, you know what, this year I just want to make sure that I am anything that may be clouding my judgment, anything that may be in the back of my mind, anything that I may feel like I haven't dealt with. I want to make sure that I have a sound mind. My emotions are clear. My energy is clear. Making sure that I am disciplined disciplined enough, because a lot of the times I go through these fasts and you'll be surprised how much time you spend eating or going out to eat or cooking in your kitchen. So when you have that free time again and you're not doing all these things, it's easy to resort to social media or to go shopping or to do all these other things. And I'm like, I don't want to resort to that. I want to be extremely mindful of what I am spending time on and what I am putting my mind to. And so in those times where I feel like, oh my God, like maybe I want to eat, or what am I going to do? I've done everything already. I've already made my videos. I already went to the gym. I already worked out. I already stretched. What else is there to do? Picking up a book to read, reading my Bible, making sure that I am, spiritually clear, making sure that I am, energetically clear, making sure that whatever it is that I may be dealing with, even if it is feeling withdrawal from my fast, I want to deal with that. And I don't want to resort to social media to do it, because especially in the first few days or the first week, you can come across a lot of things that you don't need to indulge in mentally, emotionally, or physically. Um, I follow a lot of food pages on Instagram. I don't need to see that when I'm trying to maintain myself, especially in the beginning of my fast. Also a bunch of, you see, even if you're not, even if you're not following certain pages, you get flooded with crazy news. And it's good to be informed, but when you have those things popping up all the time and you're on social media all day every day, you see drama, you see all these unnecessary things that you don't even need to be paying attention to anyway. Focus your attention on things that have substance. If you're thinking of wanting to build a business or wanting to be a YouTuber, or start looking up, instead of going to social media, start looking up books to read. Start following different pages or channels that can give you resources to help you. Start taking notes. Start, figuring out what you want to do, with yourself. And those are the things that I want to focus on. I want to focus on how to perfect my channel. What other streams of income can I do? Like what, I want to be able to just have substance within the time that I spend not scrolling on social media. So with that being said, I am juice fasting. I am fasting from social media for the first week at least. Obviously, if there's anything that I need to take care of, I will deal with that at the end of the week. I don't consider email social media. It's just I'm checking my email. I have things that I, look for. But other than that, I'm just detoxing any feelings that I have, maybe things that I dealt with at the end of last year that I really don't feel like it's going to fit with what I've got going on for 2024. Fasting from people. That's a real thing. I have been unfriending a lot of things, a lot of people, a lot of pages that I just don't need. Like, if I haven't spoken to you in a year and we're not even that cool, we don't see each other, we don't talk personally, like you don't have my number, I just know you, like I don't need to have you there, because, especially if all you're doing is posting drama, or if all you're posting is just, these are things that I don't care for. I don't care to indulge in other people's drama and other people's stresses, because that could take a toll on you. If you see that long enough throughout your days, it starts to affect you, because then you're sitting like, well, if I was them, I'd do this, or I wouldn't be there. And you start to put yourself in these predicaments where mentally it's just like, why are you even, you're not even part of that equation. You know what I mean? So things like that do happen. So I am fasting from people, fasting from conversations, fasting from pages, fasting from seeing certain things. So that's just me. So I'm doing a really deep cleanse, not just physically, but mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. So that's what I've got going on for the beginning of 2024. Aside from that, giving you guys content. Tomorrow, obviously, we know that Echo begins, and I am currently still watching Gen V. I'm going to be watching both because I want to finish Gen V, but there's no way that I'm going to be missing Echo. So, and I've kind of been steering away from those who have already watched. I know that a lot of people can't talk about it, but there are certain people, maybe I think on the West Coast, they see things before we do on the East Coast. So I'm kind of standing clear, just going to watch it on my own. But yeah, other than that, still gaming, still bringing you guys content. I'm going to try to bring back, because there's different things that I kind of want to do. So I kind of want to just try to bring back my spa Saturdays, where I sit and steam my face, talk to you guys and, give you guys my little routine and things that I use. And it may just look repetitive, but it's just I may have a different conversation every weekend. Who knows? But it depends on how many times I do that. Um, Little makeup tutorials. Not that I do anything really different to my face, but I like playing around with colors with my eyes. So, maybe I'll do more of that. I do have a Fashion Nova clothing haul coming very, very soon. So look out for that. But other than that, you guys, that's pretty much it. So leave your comments down below. Let me know if you guys are inspired or motivated or encouraged. Let me know what your goals are, what you're doing. Are you starting a new diet? Did you go to the gym? What are your goals? Leave your comments down below. And if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel, hit like, share, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you guys can get notified whenever I pop up on your feed. I'll see you guys later. Toodles!